This is the moment of truth because we are about to make our very last mortgage payment and we will have paid off our house in only 3 years. Can you believe that?
Yes! We're gonna go into our house the first time as first-time home buyers.
This is scary. Do I need to plug my nose?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
This is our new house. What did we do? We have a set monthly mortgage payment, but we're paying more than that.
Gotcha.
But that's nothing new for us because that's how we were able to pay off the mortgage in 3 years is we've been paying more than the regular monthly payment that is due.
That's why we've been living a very simple life in construction conditions. And then I bought these brackets that I'm hoping will work.
We have water!
It should be coming out a little bit more than that. Turn it all the way up. Let's dive into the background. What is the story behind this?
Well, the story behind this is that I never wanted a mortgage to begin with. I actually didn't even want a house. So we are totally minimalistic living, no debt type of people. That's why I never wanted to even get a mortgage. Honestly, I was actually ready to travel again. So we have been in the Dallas, Texas area for several years, but before that we were traveling and living all over the world. And so just being here for several years, I was getting stir crazy and I was ready to jump on a plane again and travel and live overseas or just hop around and travel like we did before. But little did we know that there would be a pandemic coming up. So this was at the end of 2019 actually when I was thinking this because we had some friends here that were moving to Singapore and I was like, oh, we need to go somewhere next too, go back to Korea or something like that. And so I was talking to this guy here and I'm like, we need to go travel. We need to go back to Korea. And what did you say to me?
Well, the thing is that everything she just said translates to we're very nomadic. We love being free. Before we met, we were both traveling the world. We were working with some Christian organizations, and we loved it. We were in several different countries. Between the two of us, maybe 50, 60 countries. We found that that's where we're the most alive, is when we're on the road. So the idea of owning a home to us was just nuts, for me and her both. However, we ain't getting any younger, and we needed some security, and we needed to be able to fund our journey. The only thing I could think of in my head at this point in time was to invest in a home. Since we didn't have much money, we were both working real hard, we wanted to get something that we could pay off in a shorter amount of time. So we wanted something that was not too expensive. We wanted something that wasn't too large because the smaller the house, the smaller the bills. You know, less heat, less AC, and a less expensive home is quicker to pay off.
Exactly. Because one of the first things he said to me when I was like, let's leave and travel again was, no, we need to hunker down and buy a home so that it forces us to stay and keep making money and have something to come back to. And oh my goodness, I was not happy about that at all. I mean, I think where that comes from though is that in the past when we have traveled and we've come back to the US, we had like nothing. So we'd have to start all over. And we've done that like numerous times before we met each other and then while we were married. And we'd have to start from scratch. We'd have to go find a place to stay, buy the furniture, buy the, dishes and all the stuff and just start over again. It was his way of saying, if we leave again, when we come back, let's have something to come back to or some type of a stability. The only thing I could think of was I don't want any debt. Like Dave Ramsey girl here all the way. The thought of having most people get, it seems like a 30-year mortgage. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll have to get a 15-year mortgage. But even like paying off something for 15 years like sounds crazy. But I mean, so I did not want a mortgage. And so the thought of buying a house was like, so cringy for me. I kind of got where you were coming from.
Like too much of a commitment.
Too much of a commitment, too high of a dollar amount, and then too long of having debt. And I was like, I'm like nomadic. We're free. We're all about like, we just want to get up and go, grab that backpack and travel, be nomadic, and be free to just make our decisions, not be tied down to a mortgage payment. So that really freaked me out, to be honest. At the same time though, I understood what he was getting at, because when we did come back to nothing and have to start over again, it was like, that was not a really good feeling either. So I knew that if we did do this and we got a mortgage, no matter, and we weren't even house hunting. So it was kind of like just thinking like hypothetically, if we do really buy a house and we're serious about this, then I don't want to take more than 3 years to actually pay off this mortgage. It just didn't seem like it was something that was doable. So I kind of just said that, and I was thinking that at the time.
The other reason I found it very important to get a house was because since we were both working, earning an income in the United States where we could make the most money, what made logical sense to us was that having a mortgage, you have to be there until that thing is paid off. We didn't want to leave with a mortgage. This forced us to stay put long enough to create some assets that we have for the future. You know, this is something we can rent out later and it can fund our travels. It's kind of set us up.
Yeah! Oh, I like that idea.
And I think it would be very hard for us to save as much money as the house is worth when we're done with it without just bolting and going somewhere. If we didn't have the pressure of a mortgage to keep us put, we would have left probably a long time ago to be overseas. We wouldn't have this asset that we have now in the home and the possibility of, you know, bringing in this money every month for rent in the future if we rent it out.
Yeah, so this has become our investment, and now we can continue to earn extra on the equity as time goes by. We still have a little bit to go, so we're actually paying off this house before the renovations are fully complete. But hey, I know that there's not going to be a better feeling than to have no debt. And the other thing too is that not only are we paying off this house in 3 years, as we've been doing renovations over the last few years, we have been cash flowing all of our renovation costs. We have been paying them as well as our mortgage payment just to get all of this done in 3 years. We have some more renovations to do, so we will continue to do that, but we will, of course, cash flow that, not having any debt while we're doing that.
So this is the house, and this is freedom, and we're trying to get over here, and this is this is the tool that we're using to get over here. We're not really house people, obviously. You know, all this DIY stuff, it's going way slower than most people would do. We're not really hiring people to help us. We have done a lot of that in the past. Well, we just don't want to spend the money, and it's ridiculously expensive.
Yes.
But also because we've kind of turned it into a bit of an art project.
This guy.
And so everything is way more complicated. It's not like we're buying simple cabinets at the box stores. We're building them, things like that. Well, I should say because she's spending all her time doing all of the videos. And thank you for that. We have a lot of subscribers because of her. Not because of me, but that's what I'm doing. I am not a house guy. I love this house. I love working on it. It's a lot of fun, but it's a means to get to the next place. So our channel is called Journey Down the Road, specifically because we're on a journey and we love it to be on the road. And this is just part of it. And we'll probably be back once we leave, right?
Yeah. And so, like you were saying about the art project, I mean, really, this has been a DIY project throughout the whole renovations. You've been learning as you go. As you can see behind me, we are literally building a handmade home. So we are taking a lot of pride in this art project of ours that is also becoming our investment. So now we're going to be free, and that's what Journeying Down the Road is all about. We are on a journey down the road, like just kind of figuring life out. As you can see, we're not really sure like what we're doing with the house renovations. We're just giving it a go. Okay, so we're gonna celebrate right now with some amazing mountain spring water.
Mountain Valley.
Okay, the Mountain Valley spring water. This is like the best water we ever had. Okay, ready?
Lady.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Water never tasted so good when you're debt free.
That's true.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
We're debt free!
Yeah!
Love you, Dave.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey and being a part of it with us. We're so thankful for you guys. We hope that you would continue to follow us on the next journey down the road and where this financial independence journey is going to lead us next.
So thank you, everybody, once again, and signing out, debt-free.
Yes!
Let's go.
We're debt-free, financial freedom. Woo-hoo! If you want to read more about this journey and see additional photos and more information, check out our blog, journeydowntheroad.com. You can also pick up a free small space living guide there.